Oh, where do I even begin? Let me tell you about my tragic, soul-crushing experience at Messiah University, Mechanicsburg, a place that promised spiritual enlightenment and academic excellence, but delivered nothing but betrayal, hypocrisy, and the slow erosion of my faith. Picture this, a bright-eyed young believer full of hope, stepping onto a campus that was supposed to nurture my relationship with God. Instead, I was met with Professor Eric Sabert. Oh, what a delightful man. His Bible course, Encountering the Bible, should have been renamed Destroying the Bible, because that is exactly what he did. He stood there, smug as could be, telling Usexual believers that parts of the Bible were not true, that there were errors in God's perfect word, and then assigned us readings from his own book, Disturbing Divine Behavior. Yes, you heard that right, disturbing. As if the Almighty, the creator of the universe, could ever be disturbing. The audacity, the blasphemy, and if that was not enough, he had the nerve to write another book called The Violence of Scripture. Because of course, the Old Testament's legacy is troubling, not holy, not sacred, but troubling. I sat there trembling as another student raised their hand and said they were questioning everything they ever believed. Can you imagine? A Christian university shaking the foundations of faith instead of strengthening them. I had to walk out. My soul could not take it, but wait, it gets worse. During orientation, we were forced into team-building activities. Harmless, right? Wrong. My group decided to make a skita joke out of Scripture. One person played Jesus. Another played the woman who washed his feet. Except they turned it into a mockery, pretending to polish his toenails like it was some cheap comedy act. I refused to participate. I left, because this was not reverence. This was sacrilege. And do you want to know the worst part? This was not some obscure elective. No, this was a foundational course. Every student has to take it. Every single one. But the horrors did not stop there. The cleaning crew were nothing short of thieves. My poor friend Anthony would visit his girlfriend on weekends, and since they were not allowed to sleep in the same dorm because modesty, apparently, he had to crash in random places around campus. And what happened? His wallet vanished. His headphones disappeared. His charger mysteriously went missing, and who was around? The cleaning crew? Coincidence? I think not, and let us talk about the money. Oh, the money. Messiah University, a Division III school, had the audacity to charge admission for sports games. DIII. Do you know how rare that is? Most schools at that level let you in for free, but not Messiah. They nickel and dime you at every turn. The administration, a joke. Policies changed without warning. Financial aid was a nightmare. Students were left scrambling, begging for answers, only to be met with dismissive shrugs. The dorms. Overcrowded, filthy, ruled by power-tripping Ras who acted like they were running a prison, not a residence hall. And the food. Oh, the food. Imagine the saddest, most flavorless slop you have ever seen, served in a dining hall that smelled like regret and broken dreams. Limited options, questionable hygienitrally, a health hazard disguised as a meal plan. But the real tragedy? The betrayal. This was supposed to be a Christian university, a place where faith was celebrated, not mocked, where students were nurtured, not exploited. Instead, it was a hollow shell of business masquerading as a ministry, preying on the hopeful and the devout. I left. I had to leave. Because staying would have meant surrendering my soul to a place that had already abandoned its own. So here I am, warning you. Do not be fooled. Do not be deceived. Messiah University, Mechanicsburg, is not what it claims to be. Businesses near Messiah University, Mechanicsburg, are like a magic show where every trick ends with your wallet disappearing and your day spoiled. I came to that conclusion because the same sour story keeps repeating. You walk in hopeful. You leave feeling tricked, lighter in cash, and wondering how so many places mastered the art of being disappointing. Let us start where every student and visitor inevitably drifts: the mall. Capital City Mall looks bright under the skylights. Yet inside you will find teenagers wearing next to nothing, employees wearing boredom like a uniform, and prices so high they feel like practical jokes. One mother pushing a stroller told me she saw a cashier secretly add a tip to her bill. The worker simply swiped a separate card reader and hoped no one noticed. A man who once loved the place now feels sick from mold. He swirls, still smell weeks after a water main break. Picture food court workers shouting across the seating area, while a veteran with PTSD trembles at the table. His mother said the yelling triggered memories of war, and her son shook for 2 hours. Add politics in the air like cheap perfume. One store allegedly sneered at customers wearing the wrong color t-shirt. and you begin to feel the mall is less a shopping center, more a stage for small daily disasters. Restaurants near the campus love to promise the Mediterranean sun, yet serve food that tastes like the delivery truck took a detour through despair. At Hellenic Cuisine, the octopus arrives black and shriveled, the lamb chews like shoe leather, and when you politely complain, the reply is, "This is what exists, like it or not." One family waited 55 minutes while 4 tables seated after them finished first a burger never arrived at all. Regulars say ownership changed hands, and the magic left with the old chef plates once crafted with affection now roll off an assembly line, while a credit card fee pops up like an unwanted jack-in-the-box. You order at a register, you tip before you taste, and you still leave hungry. Coffee should be the easiest win, yet Denim Coffee manages to grind hospitality into bitter grounds. The beans may be decent, but you will meet an older man at the register who treats every "thank you" as if it were a threat. He will grunt caramel latte when you clearly asked for a macchiato, never offer milk choices, and watch you fumble for seats as though you are trespassing. One group of 7 spent a small fortune, tipped out of habit, and still drove away vowing never again. The barista's frown hung over the room like a storm cloud that refuses to rain. A favorite employee named Steve, the one who remembered names, was let go, and the heart of the shop left with him. Now the tip jar sits half empty, and the welcome mat feels purely decorative. If you wander into the beauty scene thinking self-care equals sanity, the Lash Lounge will cancel that thought, then charge you for the cancellation. They demand $300 cancellation fees even if your car flips on the highway and you are unconscious. One woman paid $133 to darken her lashes, but saw no difference except a request for an extra tip. Another received eyebrows shaped like distant cousins who refused to speak, still patchy with wax the next morning. A hidden senior stylist fee can jump out like a cobra, $10 added for the crime of asking for experience. The owner apparently screens calls, ignoring pleas for refunds while his bank happily pockets deposits. A technician once glued a client's eyes together, then argued she still had to pay the full price for a service stopped halfway. Stories like these spread quietly, the way mold spreads under floorboards. A winery should feel like vacation, yet the Vineyard Brewery at Hershey pours disappointment at 12% ABV. Tourists drive 90 minutes only to receive an email 45 minutes before showtime. Event canceled. No call, no apology.
Inside, staff move like they are paid by the frown. One owner dumped a guest's outside beer onto the grass as though performing a public service, then scolded him for breaking an unwritten rule. The Pinot Grigio arrives the color of dehydrated urine. The rosé tastes like laboratory formaldehyde, and the beer lines taste like they were scrubbed with yesterday's regret. When couples tour the wedding venue, doors remain locked, staircases steep, and the guide answers every question with, "As stated in the email," even when the email never arrived. Brides must haul gowns up splintered stairs while grooms are told to show up dressed, because a dressing room is apparently an exotic concept. Even the herb shop meant for calm, the Rosemary House.
I am looking into crimes near Messiah University, Mechanicsburg, and I feel sad to share what I found because it feels like a dark cloud over a place that should feel welcoming. Businesses near Messiah University, Mechanicsburg are often small storefronts that rely on tourists for quick purchases. They seem friendly on the surface, but some have been involved in scams that can catch a visitor off guard. One example is the public auction that was held on City Island in Harrisburg, only a short drive from Messiah University. The city promoted the event as a chance to buy historic artifacts at reasonable prices. Tourists who arrived saw polished displays and heard officials say the items were fully documented. After the auction, many buyers discovered that the paperwork was missing. The valuations were far higher than market value, and some pieces turned out to be fakes. The victims probably tried to contact the sellers for refunds, felt frustrated and lost money, and may have left the area early to avoid more trouble. The scammers likely faced investigations by the SEC, could have been charged with fraud, and might have been forced to return part of the money or face prison time. The overall outcome probably left the tourists distrustful of similar events in the future. Businesses near Messiah University, Mechanicsburg, are also like the Habitat for Humanity Ray store that opened in a former brewery building. The store advertised donated furniture, appliances and tools as high quality and ready for use. Several tourists bought a refrigerator and a sofa believing they were in good condition, only to find the refrigerator leaked water and the sofa had ripped seams. The buyers probably tried to get a refund, felt embarrassed to bring damaged items back to their hotel, and may have written complaints to local news. The store managers likely received criticism, had to improve their inventory descriptions, and might have faced small claims lawsuits. The result probably made the shoppers more cautious about buying used goods in the area. Businesses near Messiah University, Mechanicsburg therefore can appear helpful, but sometimes hide dishonest practices that affect short visits.